Hi guys, so this is our speech plan assignment. This is going to be your graphic organizer to help you organize and plan your speech. So the instructions, it says write a speech as if you are running for president for the USA, outline problems that you will address in your plan and your plan to solve them. This will take some research and planning, so follow the outline. First, you're going to start with the title. So put the title of your speech over here in the right box. There's 3 different columns. The first one is the part of speech that you'll be working on. Then the middle column is my instructions for what to do. And then the third column, it says write your speech in these boxes below. This is where you're going to write your plan for your speech. And so once you finish all of these boxes on the right, then you're going to write your final version down here at the bottom. This final version is what you're going to share with your partner. Okay. So first we start with the title. Give your speech a title that reflects your purpose. So if it's like vote for me or Miss Moore for president or whatever it might be. And then your hook is going to be the very beginning of your speech that engages the audience and intrigues them and makes them want to keep listening. So there are some examples of how to do this. You can ask a rhetorical question, which is a question that is not meant to be answered. You can start with an interesting fact, a joke, a visual, because you are going to be recording this with your camera, so you could use like note cards or some sort of visual. You can make a claim, tell a story, reference a major historical event, and there's a helpful link right here that has examples of all of these below. So like it has, for some reason they use socks in this presentation. So for the first one, it says, make an outrageous, provocative claim. Their claim was socks are more important than food. And they went on to talk about socks. For the joke, they told a joke about socks. For telling a story, they started with a story about socks. For a visual, they showed a picture of like the first socks ever made. You can ask questions like, what do you think is the most important piece of clothing you own? What makes it important? Is it the protection it provides? How often you wear it? So this is an example of a rhetorical question where you're not expecting the audience to answer, but they start wondering what the answer would be in their head, and so that intrigues them. And then you could reference a historical event. Did you know that it was only 135 years ago, on a day very like today, that John Nelson, a Swedish immigrant to the United States, patented the sock knitting machine? You can use an inspirational quote. You can start with what if or imagine this. So those are just some examples. And then right after you introduce your speech, you kind of want to make this transition clear. So you want to say why you are the best candidate for the job and explain that here. So I might add a box down below this. Yeah. Add introduction, actually. So your introduction is going to explain why you're speaking and give your audience a preview into what your speech is about. So this is kind of just, hi, I'm Miss Moore, I'm running for president, and I have some ideas on how to make America better or how to solve some problems in America that I have witnessed. So that can be a short explaining who you are, what your purpose is. And then problem 1, this is where you outline a problem you see in America that you plan to solve. These problems will be based on your opinion. You can use facts and evidence to support why you believe this is a problem. You can be they can be surrounding the topics normally based in debate for politics. So I put climate change, civil rights, immigration, economy, healthcare, technology, privacy, and foreign policy. So here's some problem examples. This is Forbes. This is the opinion piece that someone wrote of what they think is wrong with America and how to fix them. So if you're like, I don't know, what solutions would be to climate change. You can read that piece, or this is where the research part is going to come in. If you're like, there's an issue with the economy right now, you can look up issues with the U.S. economy and possible solutions. And start with websites that are .gov or .edu and just kind of explore what's out there. So for this speech, research is a small portion of it, so I don't expect you to cite your sources or anything like that. The main part of this speech in persuasion is your opinion. And so later on, we're going to do more research-based things where we're going to talk about reliable sources and all those things. But for now, we're just making sure that we can persuade our audience using our opinion. So after you talk about the first problem, you describe a possible solution. And then you do this 3 times. So you outline another problem, outline another solution, outline another problem, outline a solution. And the last part, conclusion, says restate the main reasons that you are the best choice for president. Leave your audience with a final thought. This is kind of like your last punchline before you let your audience go. So you want it to be important. You want it to be creative. You want it to be something that the audience remembers. So after you finish all of that for your plan, and the plan can be bullet points, it can be just your copy and pasting evidence. I'm going to put evidence there. That would be a good place for you to put your evidence. And then down here, you're going to copy and paste all of these and then make it into full sentences. And this is you're going to add punctuation, have full sentences, read it out loud to make sure that it flows together. And this is kind of where your final editing will take place. Alrighty, happy writing!